more NFL top fives, and this on this week's SAS podcast. Listen, man, if they ain't hating you doing something wrong, the fact that Rich Paul is so feared in the industry that they trying to make rules to stop this guy, I'm telling you, man, keep going, and I hope you inspire other kids.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
Already, what's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new, exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports pod in all the damn land. True. {LePairs}, when I say in all the land, I'm talking. Look, it's a lot of damn land, bro. In all the land. True. Okay. Now we are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. You already know how we do. No BS, no sugarcoat, and no biases. Only the strong arm truth. That's why y'all tune in. If this happens to be the first time you watched our show here on YouTube, or if you're listening on any of our various podcast channels, because we everywhere, I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of K Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy {LeParis57}, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of things to talk about, bro. And I mean, some things that's gonna rub people the wrong way, but this is why we us. This is why we do what we do.
This is why we.
That's why we. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, Spade,
Yes,
I want to
sir.
start in the, I guess, the NCAA. So if you guys didn't know, the NCAA, the basketball part, maybe just the NCAA in general, just made this rule that requires people that want to be agents, they must have a bachelor's degree. They have to go do this in-person exam. I don't know if it's a verbal exam. I don't know if you sit in front of somebody, you know, with the Scantron. Do they still use Scantrons?
I doubt
Remember
it.
the Scantron?
You
They
just
probably don't
dated
use
us
Scantron.
right there, bro.
They probably use an iPad or some shit.
People
I don't
listening
know.
to the pod don't even know what the hell words you just
Yeah, they don't even know
Thanks,
what
bro.
Scantron is. Like, but you
Way to
you
make
have
us
to do
look
an
old, bro.
in-person
Thanks.
exam, so I don't know what that consists of. Some people are speculating that it's like an in-person Wonderlic test, something of that nature. We don't know. But Spade, people are calling this the Rich Paul rule. They are trying to like hinder young up-and-coming, maybe I guess influencers, the people that want to become agents. They are trying to hinder them from becoming agents by putting these stipulations on that to be able to deal with these NCAA athletes. Spade, I want to get your thoughts on this, and I mean, I just couldn't wait to hear what you had to say, because this right here, it sounded like some bullshit, but talk to your boy.
This is exactly what it is. It's bullshit. It ain't really a nice way to put it. Rarely on this podcast do we pub any other thing, pub any other sports shows or anything, but I recently watched the 3-part documentary, Shut Up and Dribble. It's very well done. LeBron James is an executive producer on it. It is on Showtime. If you've got Showtime, if you've got On Demand, I recommend you go and see it, especially if you're a younger fan of the sport, because it's going to highlight some dark, ugly moments in the NBA that a lot of people have forgotten about. And to their credit, the NBA has done a pretty good job of sweeping all that shit under the rug. And I'm talking about going way back to stuff like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was at the time {LeAlcindor}, was so dominant in college as a true freshman. They didn't lose a game at UCLA. So the NCAA made an impromptu rule change, called an audible on some Willie Beeman shit, and said, you know what, dunking the basketball is illegal. And to try to stop {LeAlcindor}, they made dunking the basketball illegal. Illegal. And that man still ain't lose a game. But to see the growth of the league went through an era, and {LeParis}, I know you know this, but to those who don't know, the league went through an era where they was really battling the fact that their league was becoming predominantly black, and fans didn't like it, and it even feel like the league didn't like it. And it took a while, but eventually talent just took over. Like, look, forget the color of the skin. This is a talented player who's really good at the game, which improves the quality of the game. And eventually the league just had to succumb to, you know, let that dumb shit go and do what was right. And it's a shame and a scandal that in the back half of the 2019 season, 2019 year, going into the year 2020, {LeParis}, we still dealing with racially charged, just bullshit. Like, this whole thing is bullshit. Basically, you've got conglomerates of sports agencies, really big agencies that has just been buttering their bread, feeding their families off being able to say, we're the best agency for you because look at our sheer size. We're this huge agency. We've got all this. We've got all these connections. We can do this and that. And honestly, LaParis, to me, and sometimes we ruffle feathers on this show, but it always come from I feel like it come from a good place. To me, this is what happens when like white money try to protect white money. That's what this is, right? You got Rich Paul, who's not college educated. He is a friend of LeBron James, and between the two of them, they made him a valid powerhouse as an agent. Like, he is one of the most powerful sports agents out there, and he don't have this huge sports agency. He don't have all these college degrees. He don't have all the things that they've been saying for years is necessary for you to be a powerful sports agency. And quite frankly, he's shaking up the industry. He is shaking shit up. And white money is trying to protect white money and say, okay, we got to do something. Like, this dude, Rich Paul, is signing some of the biggest names to come through the collegiate ranks. These big agencies has been buttering their bread for years. They don't have as much butter as they used to, and we got to do something to protect them. And it's dumb as hell to say that a sports agent got to have a bachelor's. They ain't even just saying a degree, which would be bullshit anyway. Got to have a BA. Gotta have this. LaParis, I saw a tweet that said, what's so crazy is by the current rules, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates could not be a sports agent. Like, get the fuck out of here, dog. It is dumb. And honestly, man, I'm a little ashamed that the league that I'm a big fan of, and really, I take that back, because this ain't got shit to do with the NBA. This is the NCAA, who we know is trash. Everybody know the NCAA trash. That shit is well documented. That shit right there is supposed to be a non-profit organization. It is the richest non-profit organization in the history of non-profits. And they just continue to do shady shit like this. It's crazy, man. I cannot wait to the day that the NCAA die out and return to what it was supposed to be anyway. Don't get me going. Go ahead. Nah, I'm off.
No, go ahead, Spade. Go.
The NCAA, I got an issue with it, man, because they really use these kids anyway. They using these kids anyway. And if you're not using them enough and getting the money that you need for or you want for what you got going, if that's not enough, if you're gonna try to limit who they can sign with, I got a problem with that. I got an extreme problem with it, and I don't know. I don't know the best way for the players. And even the other small agents, it's other guys that could be following the Rich Paul, map. I hope it's something they can do to just.
What about the young kids, Spade? That's the next Zion, the next LeBron James, the next Michael Jordan. Hey, they got teammates that they was rocking with in high school. They had friends, and they gonna be like, yo, you know what? You guys wasn't, as great of an athlete as me, but I can put y'all on. You guys could be agents. You guys could do a whole lot of different things. And now that I have the financial stability to help you, I can put you in the correct places to help you provide for your family. And for the NCAA, first of all, the NCAA has been trashed forever, Spade, forever. And then you said you can't wait for it to die. Me neither, Spade, but I don't know if it never happened, because the NCAA been getting money forever. Like, golly, how long has the NCAA? They money so long, bruh. The money the NCAA is making is so long that I think they'll just pay somebody to just stay. They'll just pay whoever they need to pay to just stay, which is just crazy. But for them to make this rule, you spoke on Steve Jobs and other people. Spade, I got a list of people with no college degree. Some of the brightest, funniest, creative minds in the world, Spade. And it's just asinine for them to just make this rule. Of course, we have Ellen DeGeneres, Ted Turner, Spade. And listen, I already know, I seen somebody tweet also, Spade, that Rich Paul has an honorary degree, but, they don't respect honorary degrees. Like certain people got honorary doctorates. You're not a doctor.
Yep.
But Anna Wintour, that's the lady from Vogue magazine, no degree. I mean, Russell Simmons, like, come on, one of the biggest mogul. Steve Jobs, you stated. I mean, the list just goes on and on of people. That's Rachel Ray. Come on,
what's the dude name from Facebook?
Oh, Zuckerberg. Come on.
Yeah, man, it's stupid. And you
It's
know,
dumb.
I'm kind of harping on the bachelor degree part of it, but another part of it is you have to be certified, right? They got this. I'm looking for the exact name of it. MBPA's certification. You got to be certified by the MBPA for 3 years. So I'm telling you, man, it's bothersome to me because, and LaParis, you know this, I don't want to get too deep in this side tangent, but I currently work in a field where I'm in amongst the minority when it comes to having a degree. I don't have a degree. And I go into my place of work and I work just as hard as the people with degrees. And you could even make an argument that the contributions that I'm making are equal to or greater than those with degrees. And don't get me wrong, LaParis, I understand the importance of getting a degree. Even though I'm not a college graduate, I encourage my kids to go to college. I get it. But the contradiction here is the NCAA released a statement and said, although some can and have been successful without a college degree, as a higher education organization, the NCAA values a college education, and we continue to emphasize the importance of earning a degree.
Go ahead, Spade.
So why the fuck can these kids go to the league after a couple of years? What you value is money. That is the only thing you value. It is the only thing you have ever valued, and it is the only thing you are going to value. You don't give a fuck about these kids getting a degree.
Nope.
You don't.
Nope.
You don't. If that was the case, we wouldn't have situations that we just had, like with the chick from Full House, where these kids are rich parents are paying their ways into schools that they ain't even qualified to get into. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't care about these degrees. You can tell that bullshit to somebody who buy it. I don't buy it. I know what's up. It's money, and that's the only thing you give a shit about. It's the only thing you've ever given a shit about. The NCAA fucking sucks, dog. And I'm almost to the point. I'm about ready to stop supporting that bullshit. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It is damn near highway robbery. I'm tired of these kids getting blackballed by these. Look, man, it is so many stories.
You take a $200 suit for a funeral, you get suspended, you lose a year eligibility. They got all these bullshit ass rules to hinder folks.
It's ridiculous.
Like, I don't like it, man.
Look at the Todd Gurley shit, dog. Todd Gurley, a guy went to Todd Gurley and told Todd that if he signed some footballs, he would pay him some money. Todd Gurley signed his own name on some footballs. The guy paid him some money. And then I think at some point, the guy, I don't know if he wanted Todd to do it again. I don't know. But the same guy who took the footballs to Todd Gurley to sign, he went and ratted on Todd Gurley. And Todd got in trouble. Not the grown man who was exploiting this fucking kid for the signature of his own. I'm sick of that league, dog. I'm sick of it. Fuck the NCAA, bro. And I hate to start the show off like that, but fuck the NCAA, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, Spade.
Get them out of here, dog. Let's move on.
Rich Paul, keep doing your thing, champ. We with you.
Hey, listen, man. If they ain't hating you doing something wrong, the fact that Rich Paul is so feared in the industry that they trying to make rules to stop this guy, I'm telling you, man, keep going. And I hope you inspire other kids. And I don't care what fucking race they are. I hope other black kids and white kids and even females get into the agency industry, and I hope y'all shake shit up just like Rich Paul has. That's what I hope. Let's move forward,
that shit up.
Let's talk about Team USA, man. We got some basketball news. Not much NBA news this week, but we want to go and talk about the fact that Team USA has constructed a roster to go out there and play ball. Now, we know, once upon a time, man, Team USA basketball had to be compiled of NCAA talent. What a fucking coincidence. Back to the NCAA we go. And at some point, the players in the league, or the league themselves, realized that they were playing against pros in other countries, but the NBA wasn't allowed to use pros. And as soon as they took the lift off of that, the Dream Team was born, and we all know how that went. Over the years, the USA has been pretty dominant. A couple of blips on the radar here and there where Team USA has gone out there and gotten that work or not looked as dominant as we expect them to look. But for the most part, man, it's been easy pickings. But the team this year, LaParis, the team selected this year got a lot of people scratching their heads like,
I got it. You want me to say it?
Yes. What's that roster?
So we got Marvin Bagley, Harrison Barnes, Jaden Brown, De'Aaron Fox. A lot of young talents, babe. Mm-hmm. We got Joe Harris, we got Kyle Kuzma, we got Brooke Lopez, we got Kyle Lowry. We got Chris Middleton, Donovan Mitchell, who we love, Mason Plumlee, Marcus Smart. Then we got Jason Tatum, PJ Tucker, Miles Turner, and Kemba Walker. Then we have, lastly but not least, Derek White. And it got everybody on Twitter, Spade, saying this roster is some mid. It's Spade. Is this roster some mid? I mean, is it some loud? What is it?
Well, it ain't loud. Okay. The question is whether or not this mid gonna smoke better than the brown bag across the rest of the planet. That's the question. Okay. I got to be honest with you. Some of these guys don't even start for the team they on. I don't know. Time will tell. We about to find out. I don't really understand this method. I don't understand, going with this unless it's a situation where the stars want to rest. If I'm not mistaken, was Carmelo denied? I felt like I read an article that said he was denied.
Disrespected him?
Yeah, I don't understand.
They said they're happy with
the
roster that they currently have, and they will not be needing Carmelo's services.
I don't understand this one. I really don't. It almost makes me feel as though, I don't know, man. I'm torn. The good news for it, the thing I like about it is, like you said, it's a lot of young players. All these players aren't young. They definitely got some quote-unquote veteran leadership out there, if that's a such thing in Team USA play, especially when it's guys that's never played on Team USA. But you can really give some confident boost to some of the young talent in the league. And also, we know, I always talk about the fact that the NBA is it's accepted worldwide, right? So you can build more fans of De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell and Kyle Kuzma, these young players. This could be a situation where they build confidence. They kind of build their individual brands and get more fans around the world. But honestly, man, all I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, is if this team go out there and get that work, the next team, they're going right back to the old format of throwing the big dogs in there and letting them run loose. I don't know how I feel about it, though.
I agree with you there, Spade. I think this team is good enough. They're right. Spade, they're right. It's a mid. Like, it's mid, but, like, it's going to smoke better than what they got overseas. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
When was the last Team USA upset, though? Because we had a team. I want to say the team with Dwight Howard on it.
I think that was that team with Argentina. I think that team had Melo and Dwight in them on there. If I'm not mistaken. I think it had Melo and Dwight in them.
We put a team out there before that
then we lost to, like, Argentina, maybe.
That looked better on paper than this team that didn't get it done. So,
yes, babe. But the difference is, I think these young boys is hungry. I think they hungry, champ.
They better be.
I think they hungry. And I think they, this is the world stage. I think they got some pride. I'm not saying the last team that got that work didn't have any pride. I think this team has some pride. It's a lot of young talent mixed with some vets, like you stated. And I just think they're going to get it done. And that could just be my my fandom for the USA rocking, but I think they're going to get it done. And I'm telling you, I think these young dudes is hungry, Spade. And it is some mid. It's some mid. But I just think we have better athletes, and I think they're gonna go out there and do their thing. And now the question is, these teams overseas, they've been playing together for a long time. They got chemistry. Can they form that chemistry quick enough, to put it together on the court? And I think they can.
I don't think
What's the problem?
Now I'm still looking for that team that lost. I thought it was 2012, but it wasn't. I can't find it. We put a team out there that looked better than this team that didn't get it done, so I hope you're right. I hope these guys, it's, a lot of times, you and I say this all the time. When people try to put together teams, they think you need all stars. Let's get as many stars. And we often say, A lot of times you need a star or two, and you need some role players who understand their role, understand their order, you know, their place in the pecking order, and they go out there and they do what they're supposed to do and get off the court. So you don't have to have a court full of superstars. I just hope, I hope
I think they're going to get it done, bro.
Okay.
They're going to get it done, bro.
Hope you're right.
You ready to move on?
You're right. Yes, sir.
Let's take it to the NFL. And Spade, we got to talk about one of the most insane situations I have ever seen. I mean, it's been some crazy ones since last year, I guess. The craziest situation I've seen since last year. But Spade,
yes, sir.
We got to talk about. First of all, I'm tired of talking about this dude, but he's been in the news, and we talked about Antonio Brown. If you guys didn't know, Spade sent me a text this week that was like, yo, first of all, the week before, we seen Antonio Brown feet. And I was like, yo, you seen Antonio Brown feet? His feet look crazy. I know that shit hurt. That shit is crazy. Spade sent me a text this week, and it said that Antonio Brown feet is the cause of going into the cryo chamber without proper footwear. Like, you in sub-degree temperature.
I thought they said with no footwear. I could be wrong, but I thought they said he went in that joint barefoot.
Oh, well. That's even worse, but
that would be without proper footwear though. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So Spade sent me the text that Antonio Brown has frostbite on his feet, and if you see his feet, man, his feet look bananas. It look crazy. I know that shit hurt. That's neither here nor there. You know what? I was hearing some lingering on Twitters, and people would tweet me and was like, "Yo, if I'm the Raiders, I'm pissed off at Antonio Brown." And I was tweeting people and telling people, I wouldn't. Of course, you should wear proper footwear in the cryo chamber. You in sub-degree temperature, like negative whatever. So you should have on the proper equipment. But I wasn't that mad at Antonio Brown, Spade, with the feet situation, because I was like, okay, he's trying to get his body right, improve his body to be able to go on the field and help the Raiders. So I wasn't as mad as everybody else about that. Then Antonio Brown came out and was like, if he cannot rock his old helmet, he's not playing no football. So Spade, if people watching this podcast or listening to this podcast don't know, the NFL got rid of, what you say, Spade, about 30 helmets? 30 old helmets.
A lot. I don't know if 30
was
the
a
number,
lot.
but a lot
they
of
got
old
rid of like some old helmets, and players like Tom Brady. Tom Brady, of course, didn't say, I'm not playing, but Tom Brady had some words. Antonio Brown had some words, and Antonio Brown said if he can't rock his old helmet, it's probably not going to be, he's not playing no football. Spade, talk to me about Antonio Brown, man.
I just don't understand. I don't know if I've ever seen a 180-degree turn like what we seen with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was liked, man. He wasn't drafted like OD high. He was undersized. He was the great American story. He was the guy that seemed to come out of nowhere. He worked hard. Nobody has ever questioned Antonio Brown's work ethic, man. Work hard. He's what we tell our kids, right? You work hard, you can accomplish anything. He worked hard. He made himself one of the top receivers in the league. Excellent route runner. Excellent hands. Always smiling. Great smile. Great for TV. Every time you see him, he looked like he loved to play. He loved what he's doing.
Yep.
And then,
for the most part, we heard he was a great teammate. Go ahead.
And then something happened. The closest thing I can compare it to is the scripts in wrestling, right? When a player turn heel, LeParis, I don't even watch wrestling, and I don't think you do either. But do you remember when it was such a big story that Hulk Hogan, who had been the great American guy his whole life, just turned bad? He turned to like, I don't know what it was. He Hollywood Hogan. He was wearing all the black shit. He had the scruff on his face, and then he turned heel, and everybody was like, oh, this is crazy. Hulk Hogan turned heel. It's like somebody wrote that same script for Antonio Brown. His exit from Pittsburgh was less than stellar. It wasn't what we expected from him. He strong-armed his way out of there. He strong-armed his way to a situation he wanted to be in. He basically told Buffalo, y'all can trade for me if you want to. You'll regret it. I'll be out. And it worked. He got sent to Oakland, soon to be Las Vegas. They was happy to have him. Carr said that he think he's the best receiver in the league. Antonio Brown himself seemed to be happy to be a Raider, and then the foot injury, right? So for those that don't know, man, the ice bath thing for athletes is like super important. It helps your muscles regenerate faster, and this cryo tank thing is supposed to be even better than the ice bath. You get in a chamber or a room that drops the temperatures to like sub 100 degrees, and you're supposed to be in it for like 2 to 3 minutes, man, and then you're out. And you know, that's him trying to get his body right. Like LaParis said, it turned bad. If you're watching Hard Knock, you can see they had him out there trying to run some routes. You can tell he was in pain. Not even in a football situation. This is a man throwing him a football, Antonio just running. And he was like, how's your feet? How's your feet? You could tell it wasn't going good. The helmet thing, I don't know how I feel about it. Antonio Brown has allegedly had the exact same helmet since he's been in the league. He likes the helmet. They told Antonio Brown that it's not necessarily a safety issue with his helmet. His helmet is just old. It is discontinued. The company that made his helmet still makes helmets, but they don't make that helmet he's wearing anymore. It is old. You know the league right now got a hard on for safety. Wow. They want Antonio Brown to get a newer helmet. He said all of the newer helmets, he can't see. His peripheral is compromised out of those helmets, so he don't like any of the new helmets in LaParis where I'm willing to buy some of that. It's way more helmets on the market now than back when them prehistoric damn helmets I used to wear when I was young trying to play football.
You gotta tell me.
It's a lot of damn helmets out there. And I find it hard to believe Antonio Brown can't find a helmet that he likes. He is just unwilling to cooperate on this. And as LaParis mentioned, Tom Brady is also not happy about the rule change. Tom Brady likes his helmet. I ain't heard Tom Brady go this far, though. And I'm going to tell you something else. Antonio Brown I'm going to tell you, I hate when somebody got something they can hold over your head, bro. And now, every time we turn around, he's saying, I ain't got to play. He has said this so many times, bro.
He did.
That I'm tired of hearing it. He posted this on Instagram. He said, I love the game. I love the hustle. Youngin got dope. He can leave the league. But if he leave, I'm quoting him, but if I leave, will the fans still gonna love me, man? I don't know. But the fact that you just keep saying, I got dough. I don't need the league. At some point, after your first contract, I think everybody in the damn league got dough. Like saying you got dough to everybody got dough. All them dudes got dough. Tom Brady been in the league 318 years. He got dough. We know you got money. We know you don't need the league. You could walk away. Antonio Brown, 31 years old, LaParis. I'm starting to feel like Antonio's at that point, and it happens at different times for different players. Antonio at that point where I think the passion for the game might not be there. And I think maybe he want to walk away, but he wants somebody to give him a reason to walk away. When nobody really has to give you a reason. You could just not play. You could just say, I want to retire. I think people would respect it more if you just said, I want to retire. And I think he wants to retire. But he wants somebody to give him a reason to. You know, if you got a friend inviting you to some shit, you really don't want to go. Mm-hmm. You just keep asking all them questions like, man, how late y'all going to be there? And who all going? And who driving? Right. You really just be waiting on somebody to give you a reason to say, I'm not going. Well, you know you don't want to go anyway. Just don't go. And that's how I feel, man. I feel like Antonio Brown is at that point where I think he loves football, but I think, and LaParis, you played football. You know better than anybody. I can't sit here and say this to you. You know it. You can love something, and that passion can just not be there anymore. Like, I like to play, and I'll play, but, like, I don't wake up super excited about this shit anymore. Like, that passion ain't there anymore, and I feel like maybe that passion is gone for Antonio.
That's exactly where I was going to go. I was going to say, man, I feel like it's kind of run its course, or it's running its course. It's kind of you look at Antonio and like Spade. You keep saying it. Every time any little thing, he'd be like, man, I can retire. I don't need this. I got money. And the crazy thing, Spade, if he was to retire, Antonio Brown is still guaranteed. He gets $30 million, bruh. Guaranteed, and that's dead money on the Raiders cap, which is insane. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm pissed. You done bust this trade. You done bust this trade for him. Like I said, the feet thing wasn't. I was saying to myself, you know what? He was trying to get his body right. You know, didn't rock the right equipment. So be it. I understand why he went in the cryo chamber. Ain't like he was going in there to meet Frosty the Snowman. It wasn't some bullshit. You know what I mean? So This helmet shit, bruh. If I'm the Raiders, I tell AB, if you don't go find another helmet right now, like, if you don't go get another helmet right now, we done paid you this money, we done signed you to this contract, we done traded for your ass. Come on, stop. Like, we always hear that wide receivers are these divas, but good grief, bruh. This dude is taking it to another level.
Yeah.
He has taken it to another level. And Spade, I was an Antonio Brown fan, man. And, you know, I was like, man, AB, the best receiver in the league, man. You go into a new situation, it seems like you are trying to find every excuse to be out. So I agree with you 100%, Spade. Just be out. Like, you don't want to... I hate to say that, man, because I said that about Derrick Rose. And at least last year, it showed me that kid loved basketball. He wanted to play basketball. You know, even though somebody tweeted me and was like, man, well, Derrick Rose was in a contract year, which was true. But Antonio Brown, bruh, trust me, it used to be like 3 or 4 helmets back in the day. Like, it was literally 3 or 4 helmets. Everybody, man, I remember we didn't even have enough helmets one time, and we used to have players that, like, came out for offense and defense, because we played both ways. We played offense, defense, and special teams. Most of my team, because we only had, like, maybe 20 people. We only had, like, 20 people. That was, like, early my freshman and sophomore year in high school. So the people that came out on offense and defense used to have to trade helmets. It was the same damn helmet. Like, now, it's probably, like, 100 helmets. Like, AB, if you don't go find another damn helmet and put that shit on your head and get your feet together and run these routes. Yeah, man. I know if I'm the Raiders, I'm pissed. If I'm the Raiders fans, I'm pissed. Mm-hmm. Especially with this, I'm more so pissed with this helmet situation than the feet, because I understand the feet, but this helmet situation is inexcusable. If you don't go find another damn helmet where you can see peripherally, is that even a word? I don't even know. I just made it.
Yeah, that's
where
a
you
word,
can see
bro.
your peripherals. Like, come on.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man.
Go ahead,
the reason why you was talking, and Antonio Brown wears a Schutt Air Advantage helmet. They said that that's problematic for 2 reasons. One is Schutt has 3 helmets on the ban list. That's not necessarily the one that Antonio Brown has, but Schutt has 3 of their helmets on the ban list. The second issue is that Brown's helmet is so old the company don't even make it anymore. In an effort to keep his helmet, Antonio Brown tried to paint his helmet Raiders colors and sneak it. He tried to sneak it by folks, man.
Come on, man.
And
how old are we?
Yeah, it didn't work. So peep game. They said for the 2019 season, there are a total of 34 helmet models that have been approved. Now, what I want people to understand is with helmet models, a lot of times you can get a helmet and still change the face mask on it. So like if you just love your face mask, you can get a face mask put on a different helmet. I think. Now, somebody might correct me on that. Maybe the league is make some changes and ban that too. I don't know, but it's 34 helmet models.
Certain face masks, I don't mean to cut you off, Spade, but certain face masks are banned. I don't know if you remember that cage that Justin Tucker used to wear.
The Cadillac Escalade grill.
Yeah, I know. Some of them, I don't know how he can see. Some of them joints are banned. But I mean, for the most part, ain't no receiver wearing that shit. But go ahead.
Right, because they got to be able to see. I don't even know how an old boy could see out of that damn helmet. Ray Lewis also had one that I didn't understand how he could see out of. Where was I? Okay, and that includes 11 that were added to the approved list this year after ongoing extensive laboratory testing. All right? Now, they say, all right, so Brown met with the league, you know, trying to keep his helmet or whatever. The Raiders have been trying to help Brown find a new helmet, but he hasn't been able to find an approved helmet model that he likes, which is a little shocking. So the Raiders just bringing this man helmets like, AB, try this. Now, keep in mind, the Raiders are under the microscope because they had 2 really good receivers at the start of last season, at least on paper. One that got traded to the Dallas Cowboys and instantly saw an improvement. So you're feeling the heat from that. The other in Jordy Nelson that just signed a 1-day contract back with the Green Bay Packers to retire a Packer. So they not only want Antonio Brown, they kind of need Antonio Brown, man. And I'm going to tell you something about sports. Sports is really a brotherhood, man, and people get in trouble for using the reference of war. Like, I go to war with my brothers. People don't really like that. But sports so much is about having your brother's back and sometimes even putting your body on the line for those around you. And the fact that he is fighting so hard for this helmet and being unwilling to the point that he is threatened, I retire. If I can't play in my old helmet, I just won't play no more. Like, that is mind-boggling to me, man. That's just mind-boggling. I've never seen a guy turn heel like Antonio Brown has. It's crazy.
Spade, I said this to you off camera, but the closest thing I could think of is probably Dwight Howard. I think for the most part, most people like Dwight Howard when he was in Orlando, when he was in the dunk contest, and him and Nate Robinson was. I think for the most part, people like Dwight Howard, and then something happened, and it just turned a different way, and people hated Dwight Howard, including me. I was like, man, I don't like Dwight Howard. He was always saying something. His teammates was talking about. It was just something happened with Dwight Howard, and it made people not like Dwight anymore. And that's probably the closest thing, but maybe not even to this extent. AB got to get his shit together. And listen, you asked out of Pittsburgh, you get out, you wanted your money, you get paid, they bust a trade for you. You are the man. They are hoping you are their number one so they can rebuild the Raiders back to what they used to be. And now it look like you don't even want to play no football. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy.
It is.
I want him to get his shit together, man. Get your feet together, then get your shit together. Man.
Tell you what.
Go ahead.
Only time to tell what'll go on with Antonio Brown, but right now, if you like you said, if you're a Raider fan, I don't know how you take this in and be okay with it. Yeah. I don't know how you take it in.
Before you go though, can I strong arm a topic in here?
If you must.
Yeah, I got to, Spade, because I got to get your thoughts on it. I don't know if you've been watching the Big Three, Spade, but if you have or haven't, I got to explain to you what's been going on. Okay. Joe Johnson
killing them.
It's too damn good for the Big Three.
Them.
Like, Joe Johnson has been going ape shit in the Big Three.
You know who else been kind of killing it out there?
Go ahead.
Will Bynum. Ain't that his name?
Yeah, Will Bynum been eating too.
Yeah.
Will Bynum has been eating too. But Joe Johnson is just... He's on another level, Spade, and I gotta get your thoughts. First of all, you don't gotta tell me how you feel about the Big Three, but Joe Johnson in the Big Three, I think Joe Johnson is too good for that league. I think he belongs back in the NBA. So I gotta ask, it's a two-part question. How do you feel about Joe Johnson being in the Big Three? And do you see another team taking a chance on Joe Johnson? I think Joe Johnson can give people a good solid 12 to 15 minutes, still hoop, in some clutch times. But I want to get your thoughts. How do you feel about him being in the Big Three? Have you been watching? And if you've been watching, rather. And do you think he will get another shot in the NBA?
I actually like him going to the Big Three because, a lot of players, man, I feel, nobody said this, but I feel like the perception of the Big Three is like, oh, this is the league for washed up players. Mm-hmm. So a lot of folks, if they're not getting picked up in the NBA, they're going overseas, and you can make some good money overseas, and you can bust them folks' ass overseas. The problem is, we don't see it. We don't know what the hell is going over there. It was a strategic move for Joe Johnson to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna go to the Big Three. I don't know the details of his contract, but I would imagine Joe Johnson can make a lot more money overseas, and he could bust their ass overseas just like he's doing in the Big Three. But we wouldn't know about it. We wouldn't know what he's doing over there. But he is showing people that, you know what, I'm still a bucket. They call me ISO Joe for a reason. These dudes can't hold me one-on-one. It's some guys in the league that can't hold me one-on-one. And then toward the end of his reign, they was keeping him off the court because he was a bit of a defensive liability. But if you need a bucket, Joe Johnson can get you a bucket. I think he will get a chance back in the league, and I don't think he'll be the first. Somebody else went from the Big Three to the league, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't have that information right here in front of me because in pre-production, you did not tell me this was going to be a question. I would have did my research. I would have had that answer. But yes, Joe will be back in the league next year, bro.
I hope somebody gives him an opportunity, Spade, because he can still play in the NBA, bro. He out there pulling 4-point shots in the Big Three, going to the cup, still doing that post fadeaway. I mean, I think it might have been 2 years ago. Somebody gonna correct me in the comment section. It might have been 2 years ago when he was with the Jazz. Joe Johnson was putting up some games for the Jazz.
Yeah.
He had some games for the Jazz off the bench. I think Joe Johnson is still good enough to play in the NBA. I know Amari Stoudemire said he's trying to work his way through the big three to get back to the NBA as well. I don't know how that's working out for him, but I know when I watch the big three games, Joe Johnson leaps off my screen, not figuratively, not literally, but figuratively. He leaps off my screen and is clearly the best player on the court. Like, so I hope somebody, you look at a team like, and I know he was there before, but you look at a team like the Rockets or a team
I
like
knew you were gonna say Houston.
Yeah, teams that got a lot of funds tied up in their stars, and they need somebody off the bench like that. Well, you could probably get Joe Johnson for the veteran minimum. Like, I don't think Joe gonna come in there and be like, yo, I need 10 M's. Like, he ain't about to do that. I think you can get him for like the veteran minimum, and I think he can be an asset to your team, not only in your locker room but on the court as well.
I agree.
We can move on, Chip. I just wanted to get your thoughts, man. But Joe Johnson has been going bananas. If you guys have been watching the Big Three, leave who you think has a shot to go on to the NBA in the comment section down below. Tweet us, email us, the usuals.
Shout out to Ice Cube for running with that idea, man. Like, he could have did the same thing with the Big Three that old boy did with the AFL league that we was actually enjoying, and just was like, I'm not willing to stick it out. I'm gonna pull the plug on it. Shout out to Ice Cube for sticking it out, and I hope this league continues to grow. It's entertaining. I like it. All right, let's move on, man.
Wait.
Okay.
That's a great point, Spade, because old boy bailed on the AFL because it wasn't turning a profit. Ice Cube and his business partner stated they still haven't turned a profit, but they're going to stick it out because they see the potential in growth. So it's why you don't bail out. Hey, it's hard to turn a profit in the beginning couple of years. Sometimes it takes companies 5 to 10 years to turn a profit. But Ice Cube said he see the growth, he see what's going on, and he said he's going to stick with it. And old boy wasn't willing to do it with the AFL, and it's unfortunate because the league I was enjoying the league. I was enjoying it.
Me too, man. The old ball coach had Orlando looking nice. Anyway, while we were talking football before you strong armed the Big Three topic in there, but let's go back to the NFL for a minute. The preseason has begun. Football fans like LaParis and others have been acting like this preseason is the season. Like, fans have been so hyped.
What you mean me?
I'm saying you've been have you been watching?
I've been watching.
Have you been excited?
I don't know if I've been excited.
You've been there damn excited.
Like, football is back. Yes.
That's excitement. What do you mean?
I don't know if that's excitement.
That's excitement.
Okay.
Anyway,
happy.
Football fans have been happy. Let me tell you how happy football fans are that football is back. I just saw a video of some Philadelphia Eagles fans jumping and beating up a Titan fan after a preseason game. Y'all should have preseason fan interactions. This shit ain't real. Why are y'all fighting at preseason games? It ain't even real, and they fighting. But anyway, preseason is back. I gotta admit, I tuned in a little bit. I caught a game or two, I saw my boy Josh Rosen go out there and throw the pigskin. I saw a little something.
Find a way to talk about these Dolphins.
I just saw a little something. But what I want to know, LaParis, is how much. Now, when it's summer league, when kids play bad in summer league, we defend them. But when kids play good in summer league, sometimes that momentum carries over to the regular season. We saw what Kyle Kuzma did when he was in summer league that first year, and he kind of rode that wave the entire year. So, LaParis, as the football specialist on this show, how much stock should we put into the performance of these preseason games?
I'm gonna say not much. Now, what you want to see your young not much, babe. You want to see your young players make plays, but the difference is it's so many little nuances. Football is unlike basketball. Football is a game of inches, so it's so many nuances in football that has to happen for something to go right. So I want to talk about, a lot of people has been going. They've seen Kyler Murray play, going crazy. They seen Haskins play, saying, "Oh, he's looking like a bust because he threw 2 interceptions." They see Daniel Jones play and they saying, "Oh my gosh, he look like the real deal." Giant Spade, I'm up here in Jersey. You already know us. I'm listening to sports talk radio. Giant fans is hitting me up. I know a lot of Giant fans. They like, "Yo, he looking like the real deal." They need to start Daniel Jones and tell Eli to arrivederci. And I'm like, "Whoa, y'all are jumping the gun." So then they was like, "You ain't see Daniel Jones play." Spade, anybody that's watching, that's listening, I'm sorry, watching or listening to this podcast, I want you to look up the touchdown pass that Daniel Jones threw to the wide receiver. I think he threw it to Fowler. Spade, I want you to watch the safety. If you watch the safety, you like, yo, if any, and I'm gonna be fair here. Any good safety, it don't even have to be any elite safety, but any good safety is getting their head around, they finding the ball, and that's going to be a pick. If anything, it's going to be batted down. That's not a TD, but it was a young safety playing against second, third string dudes that's probably not even going to make the team, and nonetheless he delivered the ball and it was caught and it was a touchdown, but it was a bad pass in my opinion. And trust me, I don't watch a lot of football. It's a bad pass. But nonetheless, the passes before that, he made some great reads. He made some good passes. Wide receivers was able to hold on to the ball, but you have to take into account that he's playing against second and third string players, and it's that window is not going to be there playing against first string guys, Spade. Now, and I'm not just bashing. I don't want to bash Daniel Jones.
It feel like it. I got to be honest
that's
with you.
That's what you want your young player to do.
Like
you want him to go in there, be efficient, and make the throws. It's not his fault. He playing against second and third string defenders. That's not his fault. But I just see a lot of get Eli out of there. Start Daniel Jones right now. I'm seeing people saying Kyler Murray looking like he on his way to the Hall of Fame. And I'm seeing people saying Haskins is washed, he's a bust, which is not the case. Some of the passes that Haskins made, Spade, those was big time throws. He just, dudes made a play, and this is the preseason. So you would rather Haskins try to make those throws in the preseason to figure out you still learning the speed of the game. Spade, when a player go from college to pro, the first thing they say they notice is the speed of the game. You're not the only one that's fast. Everybody's fast. So you rather him make the mistakes in the preseason to say, "Oh, okay, I see how these dudes is moving up here." We gotta pump our brakes on saying this guy's going to the Hall of Fame, this guy's ready right now, and this guy's washed. That's all I'm saying, Spade.
Okay.
I mean, I want to get your thoughts. If you seen any of these plays, you seen any of these guys, because you just slurped Rosen. We seen Rosen last year. You just slurped Rosen. You don't think you're jumping the gun?
Whoa.
Talking like Rosen is right.
Whoa. First of all, what I did was far from a slurp, okay? I did not slurp Rosen. I saw Rosen out there throwing the pigskin. All right?
Okay.
Relax.
Okay.
Relax.
But is anything I said in your opinion valid?
Yeah, but I'm torn because
go ahead.
I'm in the middle. When I see a player play really bad, let me take that back. Don't say really bad. If I see a player play bad in preseason, I'm not saying off with his head, kick him in the hole, this is Sparta. I'm not going that far because I've seen players progressively get better every week. When I see a player playing good, though, I don't want to just write it off as, they're not playing anybody, because sometimes that confidence can be carried forward. Now, I'm also not saying crown them king. So I'm in the middle, right? I'm not too hard on the guys playing bad. I'm not too high on the guys playing good. So, I don't know. I just answered that like a politician, but that's truly how I feel about it. I'm just kind of in the middle.
Did.
Yeah, but that's where I am.
Eli came out against the first team Jets defense. I want to say he might have went 0-3 or maybe 1-2. I don't remember. Or 1-3. I don't remember exactly. But Daniel Jones came out there and went 5-for-5 with a touchdown, and people are saying, "Yo, start him, get Eli out of here." Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
What?
And yeah, I do, because look, they took this kid number what overall? What was he drafted?
7? 6?
Yeah, let him play
Somewhere right there.
Let him play. What you getting from Eli?
Spade. I think you need to be patient, man. I think you need to be patient. Here. I think the Giants need to be patient, not you. I think the Giants need to be patient. And I'm saying, and we both think the Giants are going to be a bad team, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Spade, you put him out there and he looks atrocious or get hammered, it can be a Derek Carr situation. Not Derek, David Carr. Which one was it?
It's David.
David. Yeah, it was David Carr. It can be that type of situation. It can ruin them. Like, I think you need to be patient.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it was a lot. I'm telling you, man. It's a lot of stuff you can read into. You talking about that Daniel Jones, Eli Manning situation, and I understand why you feel like that. But how about the crowd? You probably ain't heard this. This ain't make its way all the way up to New Jersey. But it's also a vocal bunch saying that Ryan Tannehill looked like he need to have that damn job over Marcus Mariota.
Spade.
That was my hot take. If you remember, I told you that he was going to win that damn job when he went there. You remember me saying that?
I remember you saying that. And Spade, I watch football, so I heard the same thing. They said Mariota didn't look good, and Tannehill came out there and ran the shit out the offense. Listen, that's why these guys are the coach, and I really want. In Tannehill's defense, aside from Jones, it's not the same situation because Tannehill's not a rookie. Tannehill been in the league for how long? Like 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. I don't even know.
Than that. Yeah,
probably longer than that. So he ain't new to this shit. Like Tannehill ain't new to this shit. So if he win that job from Mariota, I would be shocked. But I mean, I'll be like, okay, Tannehill is a veteran. Like he do this shit. So I don't think that's the same situation as Daniel Jones and Eli. Even the Haskins situation, Spade, I just think it's unfair for people to be saying right now Haskins is why she's trash. That's not fair because he threw 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Come on, man.
I agree with that.
He threw 2 interceptions. He a young dude just entering the league, probably nervous you can't even imagine like the type of butterflies and all that shit somebody will have. First NFL game, excited, nervous, don't want to make mistakes, and then you come out here and just, you're trying to figure it out. I think they need to be patient in both situations. Kyler Murray is in a different situation though, Spade. They traded Rosen, and it looks like all accounts Kyler Murray is the guy. They done hired this coach that done knew this kid forever. So I think they're going to throw him to the fire. Whether I agree with that or not, I feel like that's what they're going to do. I think they already named him the starter. Didn't the GM or somebody already come out and name him the starter?
I don't know. But I mean, they threw Rosen to the fire, so I don't understand why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I think he's in. Go ahead.
I do want to say this. It was some feel-good stories out there that got swept under the rug. Y'all know I'm a fan. I go out there and I try to cape for my quarterbacks. Tyrod Taylor went out there and completed 100% of his passes because the Cleveland Brown fans said he was ass. So he went out there and went 6 for 6 with a touch. Ain't nobody talking about Tyrod Taylor need to take Phillip Rivers' job, though. You know what I'm saying? But Tyrod went out there and got it done. My boy James Winston went out there and went 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? He got it done. So there's some feel-good stories out there, man. Some feel-good stories out there.
I don't know if you've seen the other feel-good story with the kick returner that returned the kick for the Browns. Yes. And the whole team came and ran out there and showed them love. I like moments like that. And I also want to state, Spade, Tyrod Taylor is just a professional. That's all. He's just a professional. He done been screwed over about 2-3 times with the Browns and the Bills. And he's just a professional. He's going to go out there and do his job to the best of his ability and just going to get it done. I like Tyrod Taylor. We fans of you on this show, Tyrod Taylor. We rock with you,
Tyrod, we work with you. We rock with you. There's one more story I want to speak on.
That's what he's going to do, be a professional. So
speaking of the Browns,
you telling me Tyrod went perfect with a touch? I mean, I'm not shocked. He's a professional.
Yeah, just did what he known for. The same thing he did at Buffalo. Just dink your ass down the field efficiently. The same shit that Tom Brady get called a GOAT for. You know what I'm saying? He just a dark-skinned Tom Brady. That all. Anyway, that's a hot-ass take right there. Well, that shit was sizzling. Anyway, another story I want to talk about, Duke Johnson finally got traded from the Cleveland Browns, and he landed with the Houston Texans. Now, I like Lamar Miller. I don't feel like they necessarily use Lamar Miller correctly, but I tell you what, you got D-Hop, you got Deshaun Watson, who people say it wasn't going to be good, and he fell back in the draft, been kicking ass and taking names since he's been on the field healthy. But boy, you throw him 2 fucking hurricane running backs, Lamar Miller and Duke Johnson. Okay, I'm watching these Texans this year. I'm liking what Houston doing.
Spade,
I'm watching.
You want to know what's crazy? And you're not gonna like this because you just bigged up your Miami Hurricane running backs. But I like Duke because he a third down change of pace back. But I think the Texans should probably bust a move for Melvin Gordon. I think they should trade for Melvin Gordon. You don't think so?
Who?
You wouldn't like that?
I didn't hear what team. Who?
The Texans. I think they should trade for Melvin Gordon.
No. Why?
Why not?
They good. They got Lamar and Duke Johnson.
Bro,
they good.
Lamar stay. Well, you know what? Melvin Gordon stay hurt too. You know
what? Right. And now when one go down, you throw Duke
14 games last year. So, you know, I digress. We can move on.
Yeah, digress on that one, fam. Die right on grass. I'm ready to move on.
I mean, it's preseason. I just want people to pump their brakes. We seen how the Cleveland Browns went out there. They was throwing. Baker was out there throwing strikes, and I mean, they was acting a fool. So I just want people to bump their brakes. It's preseason. It's good to feel good about your team because I know my Cowboys play tonight, and I'm going to be tuned in because they say this young kid, this young running back Pollard is tearing up camp. I can't wait to see. I'm not knocking on wood. I hope nothing happens to the kid, but I can't wait to see the young kid play tonight.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 2 more people I want to give shouts out to that the whole world wrote off that didn't look bad in preseason. Shout out my boy Teddy Bridgewater, who was out there 14 and 19 with a touch. Know what I'm saying? And somebody told me that this guy was one of the worst quarterbacks they ever seen play. But Deshaun Kaiser went out there and was 8 of 13 with a touch and no turnovers too. So keep getting it done out there, my brothers. Keep getting it done.
Who said Kaiser was the worst quarterback they ever saw?
Said one of the worst quarterbacks. Said Deshaun Kaiser is a bad quarterback. It was
That's crazy. Did they not see my dude Perriman from the Bills? That dude was pickalicious.
Yeah, I think his name was on that list too. Actually, it was a list of guys who are bad quarterbacks, and he was on that list too.
About to say, because if Perriman ain't on that, Peterman, whatever his name was, if he ain't on that list, throw the whole list in the trash.
Yeah, Peterman.
Yeah, let's move on, Spade. I want to take it to some college football, man. We know college football is right around the corner, and you already know me and you. We're rivals. You're a Miami Hurricane fan. I'm a Florida State Seminole fan. Shout out to Rutgers as well. Spade, but I want to take it to the SEC. Gotta say it like that because people be like, what is this? The SEC, Spade. And it got a lot of talk going on this week because of Bama fans, Nick Saban and them, they saying, oh, we kind of get punished and we, because we've been put through the ringer. We going through so much playing in the SEC. The competition is so much better in the SEC that my team, Saban's team is banged up because they're being put through the chitlin circuit, playing all these good ass teams in the SEC. That's why they were tired and fatigued. That's why we got the outcome these past years versus Clemson. Because Clemson ain't playing nobody in the ACC and Bama playing everybody in the SEC. Spade, do you agree with this bullshit?
No, not even. I like what Dabo Swinney said. They interviewed Dabo.
What Dabo said? We like Dabo.
Dabo was pretty respectful. He was pretty respectful. He said,
"Oh, okay.
The SEC is a great conference, but they not the powerhouse that they used to be." He said, with the exception of 2 or 3 teams, that's really good. The rest of those teams are just okay. And Alabama was smacking teams by an average of 33 points a game. They was averaging a 33-point win deficit, dog. That's what they was averaging. And he said we was only averaging 20 points. Like, we was beating teams by 20 points on average. They was beating teams by 33 points on average. And what he didn't say, that I'll say, was you get almost an entire month to prepare for the damn championship. If anything, those boys went in there a little overconfident, and they got that work. I mean, sometimes you just got to say, I got that work. LePage, you said something in pre-production that I'm going to steal from you. You said, I thought Nick Saban was a defensive genius. Ain't that what they say?
Yeah.
And I said, that's what they say. And you said, wasn't Trevor Lawrence a rookie? I mean, a freshman? They let freshman Sunshine, go hit him up for $350 on the defensive genius.
Come on, man.
Don't put that on those kids and say that those kids had to go through the SEC grind and they was worn down. No, put that shit on you, Nick Saban. You was the defensive genius that couldn't stop a freshman. You couldn't scheme for a freshman. That's you.
I mean,
maybe you was tired.
Let's go. Let's rewind a year. What about that year? They lost to Clemson. What about that year? When Deshaun was dotting them up. What about then?
Well, wait. The previous year was the Kelly Bryant year, right?
No, Deshaun Watson beat them. Remember, like they beat Clemson one time. Deshaun and them came back and they beat them.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it might have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you figure Kelly Bryant was on the team, Spade. Mm-hmm. Kelly Bryant leaves the team. They start. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sunshine was a true freshman. So you Nick Saban, you this defensive guru. You can't stop a true freshman. A true freshman, you can't stop. You send all these defensive players to the league, and all these players go to the league. You got a dude that was a Heisman candidate, and Tagovailoa, what's his name, Spade?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that guy. You got a Heisman hopeful, a running back that was drafted in the first round by the Raiders. Like, come on, you got all this NFL talent, and you can't beat a freshman. Stop using this we play in the SEC shit as an excuse. Yo, Nick Saban is a phenomenal coach, Spade, but this the shit I don't like about Nick Saban. If shit don't go his way, he bitch about it. Oh, well, you know what? I don't think my players should be allowed to transfer, blah, blah, blah. But if somebody want to transfer to Alabama, oh, yeah, he should be allowed to, blah, blah, blah. And Nick's, he don't want his players to leave Alabama, but he good with, if he get a better job offer or more money somewhere, he can be able to leave, just like he did when Miami called him from LSU. And then when he seen Miami, the Dolphins wasn't working out, he took his ass to Bama. Like, come on, I hate this shit about Nick Saban. That's why we call him the evil empire. Because of this shit right here. Just say, yo, how about when you get asked a question or people ask you about the national championship and what happened, just be like, man, we moved on. National championship happened. We lost to Clemson. We're going to fight our way to get there this year. Why you going to throw shade and be like, well, we played against these guys. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Because y'all played Mercer. Y'all play Mercer. Like, who the hell is that? Let's be honest, man.
Hold on. Hey, that's
I know.
off my wife's school.
I know.
Get off my wife's school, fam.
Hey, Spade, but let's be honest.
Mercer.
They known for schooling. They ain't known for football. Alabama is a football powerhouse. Let's be honest.
My wife gonna get you about that shit.
She probably is. I love Miss Spade. Shout out to Miss Spade. But
get him.
Hey, Spade, you happen to look out. I ain't telling you to look it up now. But Spade, they had some teams. I mean, you look at Kentucky, they had a good year because of Snell was running through everybody. The running back Snell, who got drafted by the Steelers, was running through everybody. But aside from Georgia, Georgia, it was Georgia, Alabama, and it was one other team I said. I can't remember.
LSU was decent.
LSU, I'm sorry. Yeah, LSU. Aside from them, come on, the SEC. And come on, man. Come on, Nick. And tell you the truth, Spade.
Yeah, Kentucky. The Gators was good.
Okay, the Gators. Okay.
LSU, the Aggies.
But Spade, any of them give Alabama any competition enough to be like, oh my God, this is a drawn out game that's killing Bama right now. You took a month off. If anything, the SEC should have prepared you better. You'd be like, oh, we done played the best of the best in the SEC. Clemson gonna be a breeze. And I think that's what they thought, Spade. I think that's what they thought. They slept on them young boys, and them young boys was not scared and went out there and put in that work.
And bro, they wasn't beating teams. Bro, let me tell you how they was doing teams. I'm gonna tell you how they were doing SEC teams, man. They beat Ole Miss 62-7 man.
Come on, man. And Spade, we already know I mean to cut you off, champ. But when you get up by 40, you putting in the reserves. What rest? What you talking about? We was in a grueling match. Come on.
Tua only had 191 passing yards in that game.
Come on, man.
And the high rusher had 62 yards. So they definitely pulled some people in that game. They beat the Aggies 45-23. They beat Arkansas 65-31. They beat Missouri 39-10. They beat Tennessee 58-21. They beat LSU 29-0. They ain't get them boys a damn field goal. They beat Mississippi State 24-0. They beat Auburn 52-21.
Come on, man.
And Georgia gave them a game. They beat Georgia 35-28.
Georgia, Auburn, LSU. Other than that, Spade, who?
But they beat LSU. They blanked LSU. They made them pass controller.
Yeah, but I mean, when I'm talking about that, when I say that, I mean the SEC teams that we be like, okay, we expect LSU to be in the mix. We expect Georgia to be in the mix. We expect Auburn to be in the mix. Who else in that? Florida, they just started getting back good again.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee kind of on the rise again. But Spade, we remember Tennessee was sticking it up when they had Dobbs in them.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on, man. I don't want to hear that fatigue shit, man. I don't want to hear it. You had a month off, and you supposed to be you give Bill Belichick a month off. What? You give Bill Belichick a month off and be like, yo, go play for a Super Bowl. You watch what he do. That shit is on Nick Saban.
Yeah, man. Sure.
I already know Bama fans, because there's a lot of them. They're going to be out there. They're going to be coming for your boy Spade, but I don't even care, man. The SEC is a good conference. It's a great conference. But let's come on. You had a month off. I don't want to hear nothing about we fatigued. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear we lost because we fatigued. Y'all got smoked. Y'all got bodied out there. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. By a true freshman. Go, Spade. Tired of Bama and Nick Saban in his mouth. Shut up. Go play football. And I hate it because they're going to be right back in the mix again. Trash ass.
For this next story, since we in college football, man, I got a funny story, and I don't know if I mean funny haha. I got every once in a while, it's a sports story so weird that I be feeling like I'm getting pranked. I don't know what's going on. Prepare for this one. Let's go to my home state of Georgia, and let's go to the college that all of my homies went to. Shout out. First of all, I gotta do this. Shout out my homie Nate. Shout out MK. Shout out the homie Jap. You know what I'm saying? They went through here and they did it real grande down at Georgia Southern. But for this one, I'm going to y'all alma mater. Let's go to Georgia Southern with their star quarterback.
Wait, Georgia Southern in Atlanta? What part of Georgia that's in?
It's way down in Statesboro.
Oh, you know, about to say, yeah, I love Atlanta. I almost fell in love with Atlanta. It's go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Statesboro is so different from Atlanta, fam. So if you like Atlanta and they drop your ass off in Statesboro, you're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Okay, bad.
Now that I got that cleared up, because I just saved you. You thought you was going to roll up in there bumping your rap music and shit. You was about to get pulled over and say, what you boys doing out here? It was not going to be what you was expecting. But that star quarterback got arrested, man. And it's a video you can watch. It was a white substance on the car, and the cops thought it was cocaine, right? They arrested the kid. Man, I think the kid got released from the team. It was just looking terrible. Mm-hmm. But then they come back and said that the substance on the car, it tested negative for cocaine, which they originally thought it was, and it was bird poop.
What you say, bird? What?
Bird poop. Have you ever seen bird poop and mistaken it for cocaine?
Absolutely not.
Is that possible?
I mean, clearly it's possible because it happened, but I mean, Spade, can he sue? Can he sue somebody?
I would do something. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I want you to go first, Spade. I want you to go first. You got anything on this?
I just want to read. Let me read this right here, right?
Go ahead.
All right. How you say his first name? Is it Shy?
I would say Shay or Shy. Shay?
I'm going to go with Shy. I hope it ain't Shay. And if it is Shay, then Shay, I apologize. I'm going to call him Shy. His name is Shy Works. He's a junior starting quarterback. He was pulled over July 31st in South Carolina after cops said he was speeding. He probably was speeding, you know what I'm saying? The man drive a Dodge. I drive a Dodge. We speed. It's what we do. During the stop, the officers placed the 21-year-old Works in the back of the patrol car. I don't understand why that would happen if it's just a speeding situation, but hey, they put him in the back of the patrol car, and they went to search his 2016 Dodge Charger. In the video, you can see the cops paying close attention to the hood of the ride. They were shining a flashlight on the area, and they allegedly discovered a foreign white substance. That's when the officer walked back to the patrol car to question Works, asking straight up, "What's the white stuff on the hood of your car, man?" Works immediately responds with, "Bird shit." That's his quote, LaParis. The officer doesn't believe him. He say repeatedly that the substance looks nothing like bird poop, and instead tell Works the test results indicated it was a controlled substance. I swear to God, it's not bird poop, the officer says, because I just tested it and it turned pink. Works insists over and over again it's bird poop, and the cop clearly doesn't believe him, with the officer eventually telling him it tested positive for cocaine. Works was charged with a misdemeanor cocaine possession and speeding. Fam, if you speeding with cocaine on the hood of your car, like, I ain't never been a cop a day in my life, but officer, if I was speeding with cocaine on the hood of my car, I think it's gonna not be on the hood of my car, but I don't know. Maybe y'all know more about cocaine than me. I don't know shit about cocaine. But Walter White, they never put his shit on the hood of the car. Anyway, he was charged with a misdemeanor cocaine possession and speeding. He was suspended from GSU team activities after the arrest, but the prosecutors announced late Thursday, I thought he was dropped from the team, that they were dropping the charges, admitting that the substance on his car was not cocaine. Here's a quote: "I was informed that the test did come back and there was no controlled substance found." That's what the prosecutor said. Georgia Southern Athletic Director Tom, however you say that, Cleanling sound like he might have some cocaine, announced Friday that the team was elated to get the news and said that the quarterback is no longer subject to punishment over the incident. Works has been a star on the Eagles for the past two seasons. He rushed for 1,600 yards, 18 scores on the ground, while adding another almost 2,000 yards passing and 17 TDs through the air. He's expected to open this season as a team starter. LaParis, I got a question for you before you run rampant with this. If they tested it Thursday and it came back to not be cocaine, what buddy tests during...
He lying. Spade, we done seen these cops plant shit and do some fuck shit. We done seen it. Damn, so he probably already had the pink substance in his pocket. Talking about it turned pink. He probably already had the pink in his pocket. Like Spade, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that bullshit. I just want to
know what you think, fam, because I ain't never seen nobody.
I want to know, can this kid sue somebody? Now, let's be honest. We already know Georgia Southern, for people that don't know, I had a coach that won a championship at Georgia Southern. When I was in high school, used to always flaunt the Georgia Southern championship ring. Won a championship. So I knew about Georgia Southern since I was in high school. And I knew the type of power that they was. You know, they was a powerhouse. They run the option. I don't know if they still run the option, but they ran the triple option.
They ran Paul Johnson shit. Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time. So, Spade, I want to know, can this kid sue somebody or something, because that shit right there is crazy. Now, people that might not know, Georgia Southern quarterbacks and running backs usually get an opportunity in the league. Maybe not be drafted, but they do be like rookie free agents. I don't know if y'all remember that other Adrian Peterson. The other Adrian Peterson went to Georgia Southern, and he had a solid career for the Bears. He was a running back. They had some more quarterbacks that was drafted, changed positions, played different positions in the NFL. But this shit could have cost this kid some money, an opportunity, a whole bunch of different things for this cop just making it was a flat out lie. I want to know, can this kid sue somebody? Because I would sue. I would sue.
LaParis, I'm cracking jokes, but if I can get serious for a minute, it's a problem. We know this, and I don't want to make this the political show, but it's a problem in America with people of color being pulled over by police officers. It's always a scary event for us because we don't know how it's going to go, especially for young black males. I'm going to keep it a stack. The fact that he was pulled over for speeding and put in the back seat of the patrol car, I got a problem with that anyway. If I'm speeding, write me a speeding ticket and send me on my way. It is no reason to be putting me in the back of your car. Don't put your hands on me. I'm watching the video. They put them in cuffs. Why am I being cuffed for speeding? That's the shit that white people don't have to deal with, fam. And I got a problem with that anyway. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with it, bro.
This shit right here, man, it don't sit well with me. People might think I'm playing. I would find out if I have a legal case against the officer, the precinct, somebody, man. Somebody got to pay for this shit. This shit could have cost this kid, man. Got kicked out of school, off the team, all type of shit.
They got all this shit pulled out the car, bro.
Come on, man.
For speeding?
Somebody got to pay for this shit, man.
Hey, why is me speeding resulting in all this? Why are you searching my car? Why am I in handcuffs? Why am I in the backseat of your patrol car? Why are you guys trying to be CSI Miami on the hood of my car? Like, from speeding? Just give me a speeding ticket, bro.
Give me a speeding ticket.
Just give me a speeding ticket.
Come on, man. Spade, I'm ready to move on, man. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be watching what's going on with this quarterback in Georgia Southern. I hope he have a phenomenal year. And I hope he get an opportunity on the next level, man. Usually, like I said, the quarterbacks at Georgia Southern, they change positions. They be a wide receiver or a running back or whatever. So I just hope he get an opportunity at the next level. But this shit right here was some bullshit.
For sure.
You ready to move on, bro?
I am.
Spade, I'm going to take it. You know what time it is, man. It's top 5 time, man. Hey, Spade, the people had a lot to say about your top 5s last week. Do you have a rebuttal?
I got 0 regrets to my list, and at the end of this coming season, you know what? Y'all gonna be hitting me up apologizing, and y'all need, you know what? I don't want your apologies. At the end of the season, tweet Joe Mixon and apologize for doubting Joe Mixon. That's what I want y'all to do. Apologize to that man. I did have a Cincinnati Bengal fan to come up to me and say, I watched the podcast, and thank you for speaking up on Joe Mixon, because we got a new OC, or maybe a new coach, a new somebody who takes pride in running the football, and Joe finna have an even better. Y'all said I be knowing, fam. That's why I'm a genius.
Oh my God, Spade, I want to take you to the wide receivers. Are you good with that? Top 5 wide receivers?
I'm not good with that. I'm great with that. I'm great.
Spade,
I'm we be in with that.
I'm gonna start with my honorable mention, bro. My honorable mention, I got 2 guys there. One guy he ain't make the list, and it was tough. I was looking at these wide receivers, and I'm like, man, it's a lot of talent at wide receiver in this league, man. I got 2 honorable mentions. You can take it one or the other, I don't care. But at honorable mention, I got Antonio Brown or Tyreek Hill, however you want to do it. I think both of these guys are good enough to be in the top 5. I didn't put Antonio Brown in my top 5 this year because, 1, I don't know if Antonio Brown going to play. 1. 2, I don't know I don't know if it's going to work out with Derek Carr. I don't know if that scheme. I know John Gruden run like that a crazy offense, and he's elaborate. Spider 2 Wild Banana, I think that's what it's called. He love that play. He'll run that play, but I didn't put Antonio Brown in my top 5. Tyreek Hill is a guy I think can be a top 5 talent. He have to get his mind right and get his off the field shit together. If he does that, I think Tyreek Hill can be on this list next year as a top 5 guy because he's the most explosive player in this league. But at number 5.
Wow.
At number 5. Yes, Spade. I got him as if we was doing top 5 explosive players, Tyreek Hill would be number 1. He's the most explosive player in the league. But at number 5, I got a guy that, you know what, seems to be getting better every year, and maybe that's because he's force-fed, but nonetheless, the dude do his thing, and I gotta give him credit. A great route runner, got good hands. Aaron Rodgers seemed to love him, and I'm talking about Devontae Adams. I have him as number 5 on my list.
Wow. Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say. Let me restore some order to the show already. You started off rocky. You started off rocky, and I'm gonna fix things. All right. First of all, look, man, my list. Look, this is gonna be great. Okay, my list is great. For starters, imagine. Anyway, I'll tell you what I did.
Imagine what it better not be no damn Dolphins on this list.
Imagine not having Antonio Brown in your top 5. Like, I'd take Antonio Brown with bad feet and the wrong helmet in my top 5. That's what I do. Anyway.
Is he going to play, Spade? Is he going to play?
Yes. Relax.
Okay.
I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I got a couple of honorable mentions. Actually, I'm going to tell you something, man.
It's a lot of young. It's a lot. I don't even want to say young. It's a lot of talent.
No, it's a lot of good receivers. I'm going to throw two names in my honorable mention, man. Two guys. One that you just named, Devontae Adams. Excellent talent. But I'm going to tell you something. And look, Kid going to hate this. Shout out to the homie Kid. He going to hate this. But I truly don't think everything's all right in Green Bay. I truly don't believe everything is right, is okay in Green Bay. I'm serious, man. Look, it's a new coach out there. It's some, they trying to say him and Rodgers is cool. Some folks saying him and Rodgers is already clashing. I don't know what's going on. I kind of get the feeling that people around there done grown a little tired of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what's going on, and because of that, you know what I'm saying, Devontae, just hold up out here. And another young man that I got on that fringe list is Keenan Allen. I really like Keenan Allen.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, it can only be 5, but Keenan, just know I rock with you. Now, at 5.
Spade, you know who else? I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I know you wanted to give you 5, but
no, I ain't in no hurry to be
AJ
great.
Green is another guy. I mean, it's so
I got AJ Green name. I was gonna give you 3 honorable mentions, and I was like, that just don't make sense. I got AJ Green name written down as well. My biggest issue there is I don't like the quarterback out there, bro.
Oh, the quarterback.
I don't like
Okay,
the quarterback out there.
Okay.
I mean, if you drop him in another, man, look, you can drop him in any of these other situations, man, and I like AJ Green. I've often said to me,
give me one. I mean, AJ Green give me one.
Anybody, damn near. I mean, damn near anybody. I'm serious. I really feel like AJ Green is the closest receiver to Julio Jones than any other receiver in the league. I think him and Julio damn near the same person. I think Julio just in a better situation.
Okay.
I think if the Falcons draft AJ Green instead of Julio Jones that year, I got AJ Green up. I got him doing crazy shit. That's just me being honest. All right, but at 5, y'all not gonna like how far I got this guy back, and guess what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? At 5, let's go to New Orleans, man. I got Michael Thomas. As I've said earlier on this show, if you look at his production over the years, I think he's only been in the league for 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, and every year is better than the previous year. He keeps getting better. He is a good player. I like him. However, y'all not going to like this either. I like Drew Brees, but I think Drew Brees on the back 9. I saw some stuff from Drew Brees last year. I saw some greatness from Drew Brees last year. I also saw some stuff from Drew Brees that had me wondering, like, damn, is Drew is Drew tapering off? Like, I saw some stuff from Drew Brees that made me question whether or not this season is going to be an up or a down year for Drew, and I got Michael Thomas at 5. Do I go on to 4, or you want to go ahead and go to 4?
No, go with 4.
At 4, if this guy didn't have so many question marks around him, I would have him much higher. But even with bad feet and the wrong helmet, I got Antonio Brown in my top 5, and I got him at number 4. Even with bad feet, give me him at 4.
Even with him threatening retirement,
he's gonna play, bro. He's gonna play.
Okay.
He's just talking shit, bro. He's gonna play.
Okay.
I think. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
We going.
And if he don't play, just move everybody
before week 1 and be like,
bro. And if he do, you slide Michael Thomas up to the 4 and you slide Keenan Allen to the 5.
Bet.
It's easy.
Bet. Okay, so AB is your 4. Let
That's
me give you my 4. My 4, I'm gonna go with Mike Thomas, man. Michael Thomas. I got him at 4 for all the reasons you said. I'm not concerned with Drew Brees. I think that Sean Payton offense, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas. I think they won't miss a beat. I think the Saints are going to be in the hunt for it all. I don't know if they're going to win it all because they'll get to the championship game or right there before the championship game and did some bullshit that happened like they did the last 2 years. But I think they are going to definitely be in the mix. I think Michael Thomas is going to be in for another big year, and that's why he's number 4 on my list. Number 3, Spade. I I don't know if this dude gonna be on your list. I hope he is. But I got Odell Beckham Jr., man. And I know we got our issues with Odell, and he another diva, got a lot to say about a bunch of things. But when Odell is on that field, Odell play ball. I think Baker Mayfield is going to get Odell the ball. I think him being paired with Landry, I think Landry probably the only one that can semi-control Odell, but he won't do that nonsense, all that bullshit he was doing with the Giants. So I think Odell is in for a very impactful year, and that's why he's number 3 on my list.
Okay. Want to give you some time. At 3, I also got Odell Beckham Jr.
Okay.
And not because I don't think Odell's phenomenal. Somebody gonna be like, Odell should be much higher. I'm a little concerned about this one, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's crazy. I'm about to debunk my own damn list.
Go ahead.
Odell's an exceptional talent, and I don't care about the diva shit. I don't care if he gonna fight or marry kicking nets this year, and I don't care about all that. My concern is he's got the best receiver on the other side that he's had on the other side since he's been at LSU in Jarvis Landry. So it's not going to be a situation where Baker's going to drop back every time and say, where's Odell? So this not a knock on him talent-wise, but in a production, if we measuring his production, I don't think it's going to be what it was in New York, because it was damn near Odell or nothing. I mean, you could check it down to Saquon or hand it off to Saquon, but if you was passing, and I know the Sterling Shepard fans, I know y'all finna come for me. I know Shepard's not a bad receiver, but he's not damn Jarvis Landry. So don't talk crazy. Don't talk out the side of your neck.
Sterling Shepard got fans?
Yeah, he got some, fam. And they tight end got some fans too. What's buddy name? What's that tight end out there? You know who I'm talking about though. Yeah, he got some fans too. Both of those guys are good, but I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm biased. I take Njoku over Ingram, and I take Jarvis Landry over damn Sterling Shepard 375 days a year, okay? And it ain't even that many. So I think his production's gonna be down. Also, I'm big about saying I don't measure folks too much on their first year because there don't be a lot of game film on them. This second year, I expect defensive coordinators to show Baker some different shit. And I think Baker gonna have some rocky games too. Baker gonna be okay.
Really?
Baker's a good quarterback. But I think Baker gonna have some struggle games out there too. So that's why I got Odell at 3. Now,
okay.
At number 2, man, you could make a legitimate argument for this guy being number 1 if you want to. And I wouldn't be mad at it. I got him number 2 on my list. Big fan of the guy. He been a stud since Clemson. At 2, I'm going DeAndre Hopkins. One of my big things with D-Hop is he's proved that he could do it with whoever is at quarterback. You could put whoever back there, and he gonna do his job. He's gonna get open, and if he don't get open, he's still gonna make tough catches. That's what he does. I like DeAndre Hopkins. I don't have nothing bad to say about the dude. He's a great, great player. I got him at 2.
It's crazy because at number 2, I got DeAndre Hopkins as well.
Oh,
and
wow. So that means we got the same number 1. Holy
it's
shit.
for every. Can I talk, please?
Holy
please.
shit! After 14
Can
straight
I
months of
talk,
slander,
please?
we got the same number 1. Go ahead. I'm just shocked. I couldn't even hold that in. I'm just
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead. Wow.
I got DeAndre Hopkins at number 2 for all the reasons you stated. You want to know why? He's another guy. He's ready for prime time, man. Like he know the best corner going to be on him, and he wants him. He accepts the challenge, man. He makes tough catches over double coverage, and I know. Shout out to the Fade Podcast. I'm gonna give him some love, Spade. Shout out to the Fade Podcast. I listened to that. The little homies got a podcast, and they was like, "Yo, DeAndre Hopkins didn't do nothing in the playoffs," and I'm like, that's kind of not fair. It was a lot. You know what I mean? You can't really. A wide receiver is so much a dependent position. Like, yo. When people if I'm not mistaken, somebody gonna correct me if I'm wrong, but DeAndre Hopkins, Watson was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Now I know the Lions had a terrible O-line, but Hopkins, I keep saying Hopkins. Watson was back there running for his damn life too. And
not
Hopkins
like Rosen was. We rescued Rosen from a terrible place. We got you, Josh.
That's a fact too. But I still think Hopkins is in for another Hopkins year. It don't matter who at quarterback. You throw it to him. He catching the ball. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody gonna correct me. I don't think he had one drop last year. Not one drop. Everything that was thrown his way was caught.
Holy shit.
Not one drop.
He had a drop?
He didn't have a drop, Spade. I'm telling you, I think I read he didn't have one drop. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. And at number 1, listen, man. Spade, don't make that face.
Bro, I'm shocked.
Spade, don't make that face. Because at number 1, I got none other than Amari Cooper. Let's go. It's like, nah. At number 1,
Stop.
I got Julio Jones, man.
Stop.
At number 1, I got Julio Jones. Julio Jones, we already know what Julio Jones did with the yards. Julio Jones gets yards. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 8 TDs last year. If Julio Jones give me all them yards and 8 TDs every year, you would not hear a complaint from me about Julio Jones. And you want to know what, Spade? I think Julio Jones can repeat that. I think he's going to be able to repeat that. I'm going to jump out. You want a hot take? And if I'm not mistaken,
I do
think
want
Julio
a
Jones
hot take.
probably only had this shit one time in his career. I'm expecting double-digit touchdowns from Julio Jones this year.
Ooh.
10 plus. 10 plus.
Okay.
That's what I'm expecting from Julio Jones this year. If I'm wrong, he's going back to tight end. But I'm expecting a 10 plus touchdown year from Julio Jones. I already know what I'm getting with the yards and the catches. But Julio Jones is my number 1 wide receiver on this list.
After
Spade get on my nerve,
that
bro.
damn shit you've been talking. You've been talking shit on Julio Jones for the last 14 months to come in here and admit that he's the best receiver in the league.
I got a job to do, bro. I got a job to do.
I respect it. I respect it. I said it before. I'll say it again. For some odd reason, man, people get really upset when I say this. But back in, I think last year when I had Julio, Odell, and Antonio Brown as 1, 2, and 3, I was saying, man, I feel like Odell got the best hands. I feel like Antonio run the best routes. And I feel like Julio Jones is right behind them in route running and hands, but he can go over the top of folks. He can block. He can go across the middle. He can run deep posts. He can run goals. He's fast. He's strong. He is the prototype wide receiver. And that is no disrespect to any other receiver in the league. I do believe that D-Hop is on his heels, though. I do. But right now, man, I just feel like Julio Jones is the guy. If I was building a wide receiver, I'm building Julio Jones. And also, I hate to be this guy, but aside from the things that he do on the field, which you can't argue, he's also, the way he handled not getting his money, the way, like, he's not over here bitching about helmets. He's not marrying chicken nets. He's not fighting chicken nets.
Hey, yo, you right. You know what? Off the field,
just show up and show out, man.
And he's a professional. I gotta give him
He
credit.
is.
And it's crazy.
And
being in Atlanta, you can get caught up in this club bullshit. All these women, we don't necessarily.
Hold up, Atlanta clubs ain't bullshit, shouty. Hold up, shouty.
No, I'm saying we don't be hearing. When I say club bullshit, I mean like, oh, you look at, they be like, Odell's dating this one, he's dating this one, he's with this one, he's with Trey Songz, he's with this guy, he's with, like, you don't be hearing none of that shit with Julio. And I'm pretty sure Julio probably mingle with the Migos and do all that shit, but we don't, it ain't really getting all that hoopla like Odell because of Julio personality. I'm pretty sure Julio go out. I'm not saying he don't go out. I'm just saying it's not publicized because of his personality like that. Like, he's not that type.
Yeah, I agree. That's my wide receivers list. That's LaParis's wide receiver list. Please leave your wide receiver list down in the comment section. Or, listen, man, if you want to pass the test, just copy my paper. It really ain't, it ain't no need in trying to reinvent the wheel.
I need to know, is Antonio Brown playing?
Bro, you think Antonio?
I don't know, Spade. He could retire right now and still get 30 M's.
I saw a tweet that said ever since Vontaze Burfict knocked hell out that boy, he been acting crazy. Say he might not be all right in the head.
That might be fact.
Say he really ain't been all right since Burfict cleaned him up.
And then Juju came back in 7:30 though, boy.
So he did. He did. All right, LePage, we got one last segment on today's show, and it is not the Strong Arm Performer of the Week, but yet you are still on the damn hot seat. It's one more top fives, and we are doing NFL top 5 middle linebackers. And listen, man, some teams run 3-4, some teams run 4-3. So if you run that 3-4, you got 2 interior backers. I consider both of those dudes a middle backer. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there for somebody to be like, yeah, he's an interior, but not really the middle. Listen, interior backers, top 5s. Should I go? I should go.
Go ahead.
I should go. All right, let me start off with my honorable mention, LeParis. You're not going to like this, man. I got Jalen Smith as my honorable mention. The Dallas Cowboy middle backer. Yes, man. He's a hell of a LeParis. Honorable mention mean he right there, bro. Why are you upset?
Disrespect my boy, bruh.
How is being 6th disrespect? You know how many players are in this league?
Bro,
how is that disrespect?
He's a top 5 backer in this league, bruh.
I just need to see more.
Go ahead, Spade.
One good.
Let me hear this shit.
Need to see a little more. Tell you what I'm gonna do at number 5, man. Let's go to Roquan Smith, who gets it done. Tackle machine, holds it down for his team. LeParis, if you can argue against that, I would love to hear it. He is my number 5 middle backer.
I got Roquan Smith as an honorable mention.
Okay.
I got Roquan Smith as my honorable mention, and along with Blake Martinez, two dudes that just hit everything moving. They hit everything. They want to hit. So
they both honorable mentions?
Yes, they both honorable mentions. At number 5. At number 5, I have C.J. Mosley from the Jets. Just got the big deal. C.J. Mosley is another guy, good in coverage, tackling machine, does a lot of things, calls out the signal, make sure everybody is right where they belong. C.J. Mosley, number 5. At number 4, Spade, I like this kid. And I'm gonna tell you, I think this kid right here, I think I said the same thing last year. This kid right here changed the Atlanta defense life. And I'm talking about Deion Jones. Like, Deion Jones got that middle spot and changed that defense. Like, of course, Keanu O'Neal too, we know, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he was injured last year. But Deion Jones is a flat out stud. Yeah, and for that reason, he is number 4 on my list. Deion Jones.
Wow. I can't believe who you got in honorable mention, but
facts.
I guess we can't both be great at this. Let me go ahead at number 4. Let me tell you what I did. Wait, I'm giving my 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. I kind of got lost. At 4, man, I'm going Blake Martinez. How you got Blake honorable mention like he don't tackle every damn thing moving? He tackled every damn thing moving. Now, I do have one knock on Blake. Blake is one-dimensional. All he do is tackle. He don't deflect no passes. He don't sack no quarterbacks. He don't pick nothing off. But the reason why I won't punish this man by taking him out the top 5, if it's your job to see ball, hit ball, just be good at that, and he's pretty damn good at that. At number 3, you talking about he turned the defense around, so he's at 4. You don't turn a defense around and be at 4. You turn the defense around and you be at top 3. Let's go to Atlanta. I'm talking about Deion Jones, the hard-hitting middle backer that came in the league. I told you guys after this man rookie season, I said somebody going to say it's too early for this, but I'm putting all bets in on Deion. Deion, the way he played the game, left to right, patrolling from sideline to sideline, that's another see-ball, hit-ball guy. And hey, I grew up in the era of the Mike Singletaries. So when I see a backer play the game like that, I'm a fan. And Deion Jones is the number 3 back in the league going into the 2019 season. If anybody got problem, meet me on GTA. I would beat your character up in the streets of GTA if you got a problem with that. Holla at me.
I got a problem with that because at number 3, you said, Spade is crazy. Because you said, how can a guy change Atlanta life and change the defense and not be number 3? Because I got the guy that changed the Cowboys defense life, and that's Jalen Smith, the number 3 backer, best backer in the damn league. Jalen Smith is number 3, Spade. Don't disrespect my boy, putting him at no damn honorable mention. Disrespect my boy. That dude is one of the best in this league. Jalen Smith at number 3. Can cover, get off blocks, can tackle, do everything. Jalen Smith. Coming off an ACL injury, we drafted him, we sat him a year, kid came back and was phenomenal. We got the best young linebacker core in the damn NFL. You better believe that. You better believe that. Jalen Smith, number 3. At number 2, just the model of consistency. And I'm talking about Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly, I had my concerns with Luke Kuechly's pay. You remember we had talked about it, like, what the hell happened to Luke Kuechly? You thought Luke Kuechly died. They were saying it was his heart, his shoulder. I thought it was a concussion. It was all over the place. Luke Kuechly seems to have gotten that in order, and Luke Kuechly just doing what Luke Kuechly do, man. Tackle everything, cover everything. Still one of the prototypical linebackers in this league, and for that reason, Luke Kuechly is my number 2.
Yeah, man. Oddly enough, I got Luke Kuechly in that number 2 spot as well. I love Luke Kuechly, man, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Luke Kuechly is the best middle linebacker in the league, and the reason why I got him at 2 is because I worry about the dude, man. Like, he now seems like a guy who can't get out of the way of concussions, and I think having him at 2 is high. His IQ is there, his physical ability is there. He plays just as well in the passing game as he does in the running game. I still think he has it. I don't know if he's going to finish the season healthy, man, and that concerns me for him. So I punished him a little bit. I got him at number 2.
Okay.
Which means that number 1, it can only be OG Bobby Wagner. I'm telling you, when the Seattle Seahawks defense was called the Legion of Boom, and they had all of these stud players, I wondered if Bobby Wagner was really that good or if it was the way the team was set up. But now that you look around and every damn body is gone, you want me to tell you the one common denominator? That you talking about a model of consistency, the guy that still is flying around, making plays on the ball, damn near leading all inside backers in the league in tackles, is Bobby Wagner. It's not a fluke. You can't blame it on the scheme anymore. You can't say he's being bailed out by the talent around him, and that's why I got him so high. Because that defense is depleted compared to what it was when they was at their peak. And his numbers hadn't tapered off a damn bit. He don't give a shit who around him. He gonna see ball, hit ball. He gonna see ball, get ball. And for that reason, Bobby Wagner is the number 1 middle back in the league on my list.
I got OG Bobby Wagner there too, Spade, for all the reasons you stated. On top of him being an amazing leader, they got a very, very young defense. They are trying to replace a lot of amazing pieces that they either traded or let go, let walk, or whatever, or that they lost to retirement. And OG Bobby Wagner has still been getting it done. They drafted a lot of young pieces, and not only is he out there teaching, trying to get everybody lined up and, in the right formation, right scheme or whatever, he out there still doing his thing. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it. He ain't the one, okay? Like, take that shit over there to them young boys, but if you take it over there, I'm on the damn way. But you better believe I'm on the way. So shout out to OG Bobby Wagner for still getting it done. Even after everybody he came up with is no longer there, he's still out there putting in work. OG Bobby Wagner is, in my opinion, the number 1 best middle linebacker in this league, man.
Yeah, and you know something? No middle linebacker in the league had as many passes defended as him. So to be a run stopper, to finish the season with 138 tackles and still have more passes defended than any other middle back in the league, I'm telling you, man, that shit's not luck. That shit's not a fluke. And it's no, that pass rush ain't what it used to be. Them safeties ain't no, I'm telling you, man, that's just, you gotta get that dude the crown. Like, he the best middle backer right now. I'm sorry.
I agree 100%. So we want you guys to leave your top 5 wide receivers and your top 5 inside linebackers, middle linebackers in the comment section down below. Tell us what you think of our list. Spade.
I want to compliment you,
I guess
bro.
we can say it again.
I want to compliment you.
Go ahead.
You're doing pretty good, man. Because other than that Jalen Smith shit, like, the Cowboy fan in you, you're doing a really good job of suppressing. No, I'm giving you a compliment. You're doing a very good job of suppressing it as much as you can. You have a bad outburst here or there, like you did with Jalen. But you're doing good, and I'm proud of you, because it's not easy for you to come up here and shed that fanism and do your job like I do so very well. you're not as good at that. And I see that you are getting better. And I want to commend you for it during the taping of this show.
That's like a backhanded compliment.
Yes, that's
Smith
exactly
is
what it is.
100% a top 5 middle backer in this league.
That is correct. It was a backhanded compliment.
What you watching? Honorable mention? I don't know what you watching, but he'll show you this year. We play the Dolphins. He'll show you. Yeah, he'll show you.
You got Blake Martinez honorable mention. You wait till the guys on the Fade podcast find out about that. You're gonna be a topic on their show.
They be all right. Hey, Spade. We want to go next. You want to go? Listen, y'all already know quarterbacks will be last. Want to go tight ends and outsides, or want to go tight ends and outsides next?
I don't care. I just got all this knowledge and I just want to share it with the world. I don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna go tight ends and outside backers next. And
you know what we should do?
Explain. Go ahead.
You know what we should do for fun?
What?
Let's do top 5 fan bases.
You said what?
Let's do top 5 fan bases.
Oh, top 5 fan bases. That might be
just for fun.
That might be fun. That might be fun. Yeah, we might do that. That might be fun. But Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
I also want us to do top 5 cereals, but I'm afraid that you won't participate.
I'm not participating in that shit. I
was
eat
afraid
trash shit. And wings and drums are greater than flats.
That's also not true.
But I'm definitely not competing. I'm definitely not going to play top 5 cereals. That shit is trash. Cereal is trash.
All right. Well,
that shit is trash.
I think that is incorrect, but carry on.
Drums is greater than flats, and blue cheese over ranch.
Stop it. I don't trust nobody to eat blue cheese. You a blue cheese guy?
It's blue cheese over ranch, bro.
Say no more.
Spade,
finish the pie.
You put sugar in your spaghetti, on your spaghetti?
Huh?
Do you put sugar on your spaghetti?
Hell no.
Thank you. Do you put sugar on your grits? You from the South?
Hell no.
Me neither. Yo, it
salt,
was people
pepper,
tweeting me saying
butter and cheese and grits.
Yes. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I posted a meme, Spade, that said sugar don't belong on grits, spaghetti. Hold on, I'm about to tell you right now exactly what it said. Sugar doesn't belong on spaghetti. What about rice? No, right?
Wait, what do you put on rice? Sugar?
Do you put sugar on rice?
Do people really do this? Is this a thing?
Yes,
I know some people put sugar in grits,
meme
but people don't put sugar on spaghetti.
Spade.
People eat sweet spaghetti, bro.
I don't, but I posted that meme saying sugar don't go on rice, grits, or spaghetti, and people were tweeting me and was like, "Y'all out here eating tart spaghetti? What are they talking about?" They was like, "You gotta add sugar to balance out the tartness." What tartness? I don't know what they're talking about.
Tart.
My spaghetti don't be tart, but
why would it be tart?
I want to ask the listeners of our show, Spade, do y'all put sugar on grits, rice, or spaghetti? Because I don't. And people telling me,
just put hashtag team no sugar in the chat.
Yeah, facts. And people was telling me to stick to grilling, Spade. They told me to stick to grilling. They said I don't know good eating. They putting sugar on shit. I don't put sugar on no rice, no grits, or no spaghetti. So I just wanted to know if you did. Shout out to you. You my brother for real, because you don't do that shit.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I knew the grits was a thing. I didn't know the rice was a thing or the spaghetti. I don't understand it.
Me neither. But people do it.
Sweet rice, huh?
leave it in the comment section down below. Listen, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. Y'all already know we the real sports podcast in all the land. Y'all already know that. But we want to thank you. We want to thank y'all for watching. Yo, if you new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, hit the like button and take 2 seconds. Also, a little bell up there. You can click that bell and send notifications to your mobile device to let you know that a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. Listen, if you don't want to see two dudes arguing in the box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. We are everywhere. There's no reason why you guys should ever miss a show. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. We will see you guys next week, next episode. We out. Peace.